Hey, it's Alex with alextucker.ca, and welcome to part 3 of your first affiliate marketing sales funnel. In the first lesson, we looked at how to get started with Groove funnels. In the second lesson, we learned how to get started with Groove pages, which is what I'm in right now. And in this lesson, we're going to look at how to customize a Groove pages template, which I've got a nice template loaded in here, and we're just going to look at how I can customize it really easily in the next 5 or 10 minutes. So basically, the way that Groove Pages works is you can drag and drop elements using this handle right here. So if I wanted to move this title down below the subtitle for some reason, I would just grab that, drag it down, and let it go. And then since I want it actually above that, I'm just going to put it right back. And the way that you modify an existing element is to click on it and then work in the menu on the right side over here. And if you need to add new elements, then you click on Elements, and you can drag and drop any element out of this menu. And if you need to add an entire block, then you click on Blocks. You can select the type that you want, such as an alert bar, and then you can add that. I'm just going to work with this template the way it is. And so I'm going to start off by adding my logo at the top. And I'll walk you through how I did that a little bit slower in the next one. Add some alt text, just my name and the fact that it's a logo, and update that. So basically what I just did is I clicked on the image that I wanted to modify. I went to Configure, then Choose Image, and I'm going to use this image of me for this one. So I click on that, and then select, and then update. Oops, didn't mean to click on that. I meant to click on this. Alex with heavy bag. So I did an entire video on what alt text is and how to use it in Groove Pages, which you can check out in my channel. Maybe I'll put the link for that down below for you. But basically what it is this is here for search engine optimization reasons, but the reason it's really there is for screen readers and for people who are visually impaired who might be navigating your website. So if someone can't see, then there's no way they're going to know what that picture is. But if you put alt text in there, then when they hover their mouse over it, their screen reader will tell them that there's an image there that is Alex with heavy bag, and then they'll kind of know what that is. So basically I've modified the two images on the page now. Then I'm going to modify the footer down here. Just to say, actually I'm going to get rid of 2020 as well, and I'm just going to say privacy policy. So I just want to link to my privacy policy. And then we'll highlight that. And then so to add a link to text, you just highlight the text and you click on the link button. And you put in the link that you want. And then you press enter. And so now that's got a link on it. And the last thing we want to do before we modify the text is change this. This is just like a placeholder Groove cell payment thing. So we want to change this out with a opt-in form. So we just want to collect emails with this. This is a affiliate marketing sales funnel. And so the way that that's going to work is that we collect the email, and then on the thank you page, which is actually a bridge page, we send them to the affiliate offer, which is why it's called a bridge page, because it's the bridge between the opt-in page, which is this page, and the affiliate offer. So I'm just going to make sure I have this selected, which is, you can tell that this element is selected because it's dark red, and then I'm going to click the delete button and confirm, and now that's an empty container. So then I'm just going to go over here to Elements and scroll down, and I need right down here integrations, and then I need a get response integration. Drag that in here, and so now it's added a basic get response integration. And if you don't already have an integration in your account, the way that you add it is you go to this menu right here, and you click on My Integrations. And then as you can see, I already have a GetResponse integration, but if you didn't, you would just click on Add. You would select the type that you want, and then you would put the information in that you need and finish filling out that form. So basically, all I really need to do now is kind of style this form a little bit so that it doesn't look quite so ugly. First, I'm going to check out what this looks like on mobile. So I'm going to click on this phone right here, and it's going to show me what this landing page looks like on a mobile device. And that's actually not that bad. So maybe now that I've seen what this looks like on mobile, I kind of realize that I don't want to change it that much. I think I might make this headline shorter or get rid of it entirely. And I do want to modify the form a little bit, but that's what it looks like on a phone. This is what it looks like on a small tablet, or on a landscaped tablet, or a slightly larger one maybe, and then a laptop screen, and then a desktop screen. So you can look at a lot of different things that way. And if you want to change what it looks like on just one device, then you can click twice on that device. So say I wanted to change what this one looks like, then I would just double click on this. And once that is the only one that's pink, then that's the only one that I'm editing. And then in order to change that back, I'm just going to click on the desktop one and then click again. And now they're all highlighted, and I'm back to working with the entire, I'm back to working with all versions at once. So I'm just going to make sure that I have this selected properly again. And I'm going to go over to spacing, and I'm going to add a little bit of a margin above it, because right now it's right at the top, and it doesn't look good on mobile, and it doesn't look great on desktop either. So I'm just going to add, that's all right. Add 3 REM, and that's basically REM. You can do it in pixels, but REM is a little bit better because it's a responsive sizing. So basically, if I go to mobile now, this is probably going to look better. Yeah, see, it looks pretty nice on mobile now. Not the form itself, but the spacing. So now let's work on the form itself and make it look a little bit better. So if I go to configure, integration is GetResponse. All right, I have to set up my list here. So you need to, once you click on the element, then you need to go to configure and set up the list that you want it to go to. So I'm just going to send this to Groove Interest list, and then the thank you redirect link is going to be to a URL. And I'm just going to put a hashtag in there for now because I don't have the thank you page set up yet. I don't have a URL for it. But that'll be fine for now. All right, so now that I've got my list set up, I've got it. I've got the GetResponse integration connected to the right list. Now I need to modify the individual elements within the element of the form. So I'm going to click on this right here, and where it says input label, I'm going to put in whatever text I want here. So I'll just put enter your email and click update. And then if I go to design, this is where I can change the design of this. So I want the text to be centered. Oh, okay. So anytime that you click on, anytime that you're trying to center something, if using text center doesn't work, then usually it means that you need to change the spacing and the layout. So it already has the spacing, but if you select these two and then you pull this all the way to the side like this, then it'll go to auto, and that's what you need in the spacing. And then for layout, we're going to try block, and yeah, so that's how you can center things. And sometimes the layout might need to be flex, sometimes the layout might need to be inline. You might have to play around with that a little bit, but they are working on a fix for this, so it'll be easier to center elements going forward. It's just right now it's a little bit tricky. All right, so that's that field. Actually, maybe I'll put enter your email below, so that makes a little bit more sense. And then for this one, input name is email, input placeholder is email, I think, or we could do something like this. Right now it's that. We could do something like your at email .com, so it kind of like shows an example, and say update. And then if you want to add a validation rule, you can make it so that this field has to be an email address. So it'll check whether or not it's an email before it allows someone to input it. So I like to do that. Just say it's an email and it cannot be empty, and then say update. And then the last thing that we need to modify, of course, is the button. And so I'm just going to click there, and then if you go to configure, we want it to submit the form, not reset it, but we want it to say something better than subscribe. So I'll just say go now. That's usually what I use, and it has a pretty good opt-in rate for me. So I'll update that. And then we can change the design of it. So I like the way it looks mostly, but I want to change the color. So I'm just going to go to background and change this to yellow. And then text, and change this to black. And I want it to be bolder than it is, so I'm going to change it from semi-bold to bold, or maybe even to black. There, that's nice. So I think that looks pretty good. So I'm just going to check how it looks on mobile. And yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. Very basic, very functional. And it looks good on every size, really. So now I just need to modify the text. And if we remember, this is going to be a martial arts. This is going to be a martial arts funnel. So maybe it's giving away a free video training. So I'll just make it generic. Martial arts video training. Actually, I like that. You're one step closer to the on-demand video training. That's a little trick for you. People like it when you say that video training is on demand. What does on-demand video training mean? It means that it's video training. It just means that it's available whenever you want it, which is pretty much like all video training, but people like it when you say that. So that's a little tip for you. And then right here, I'm going to change this. Actually, I don't like the way it looks on mobile with that. Not really. Then it's just. So maybe what I'll do is I'm going to drag this over here and put it in this column above the email. All right, so I like the way that looks much better now because it's not so much text in a row. And so I'm just going to modify that last bit of text. Training is waiting for you on the next page. So I'm just going to save this. And now that it's been saved, the landing page is done. And next we just need to build the thank you /bridge page, and that'll be in the next tutorial. So let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you have any specific needs related to this. I'd be happy to customize some of the trainings to help you out. And if not, I will catch up with you in the next video. Take care.